Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer and today I'm gamesplaining Clank in Space. So if you have watched my other videos, you'll probably have a really good idea of how to play Clank in Space already. So this is just a run through for you to get a really good feel for how it actually runs in action. I've set the game up as a two-player game, white versus orange. The only changes that happen with the two-player game is two of the artifacts have been removed and there's only one of each item in the market for people to purchase. Other than that, the game plays exactly the same. So there's our starting positions. White will go first and deal himself 5 cards from his draw pile. So first thing up is the stumble. It adds 1 clank. He must add clank to the 3 that are already there. So 3 because he was first player. Orange was second player, so he adds 2. Then we have purchasing power of 4 skill, and he's going to grab this one which is worth the 4 straight off in the hopes of getting another one from that faction. Okay, new card comes out, and it is Orange's turn. Orange deals himself 5 cards, and also has the card that adds 1 clank. He'll do that, 1 clank, straight away. He has 2 boots, 1, 2, and he has a purchase power of 3 skill. He has the choice of taking this one, which is going to cause him to add a clank every time, but get 3 skill, or he could take the Boldly Go red shirt guy and for 3, which will give him 2 skill, but also gives him 1 extra movement. I think that actually might be more beneficial at this stage in the game. So he'll grab Boldly Go. Okay, back to White's turn. 5 cards. Once again, he has a stumble in there, so he will add another clank. And then he has 2 boots, and that will bring him down to the same spot where Orange is. And he has 3 skill, and he might actually grab this guy, because he has that faction which needs that extra card in order to work. If he takes another one from that faction, even though it's only worth 2 and he has 3, he's not getting any change, but acquiring it, he takes 2 clank out of the clank area, so that's really good for him, and that'll enable him potentially to enable that other card to get the skill. New card comes out, and it is Orange's turn. Orange has 5 cards left, add a clank, and then he has 4 skill to get another card. And he might take this one. Even though, once again, that's only 3. He doesn't really like the look of this one, adding clank. So that'll do. Adding a new card. White's turn. Because he has no more cards to deal himself, he shuffles up his discard pile and deals himself a fresh hand. 1 stumble, so he'll add a clank. That one's not going to action, that skill at least isn't going to action because this is the only one from that faction in his hand. However, he's got 1 boot, so he shall move to there, which will push him to there. He can't move any further even if he had more boots. And then he's got a purchase power of 5. 5 skill will get him this card, so he can copy another card that he's already played this turn with that one. That'll be super valuable to him in future rounds. And we replace that card. Boss monster, which means we take all of the clank out of the clank zone and put them into the bag. We then reach into the bag and take out 3 cubes, and Orange takes 1 hit. The other 2 are neutral, so they don't do anything. Orange loses 1 health. It's now Orange's turn. He also has no more cards in his draw pile, so he'll shuffle up his discard pile, do himself 5. He's got a stumble, so he'll straight away add 1 clank to the clank area. He's got 1 boot, which he'll also use to bring him down to here. And then he's got 3 skill to purchase stuff with. He could get this one, which would give him 3 extra skill on top of what he's already got, but he's going to have to add a clank every time it comes through his hand. So he probably doesn't want that one at the moment. That one's adding clank as well, so he doesn't want that. That's adding clank, he doesn't want that. No, look, he'll just take another Boldly Go, and hopefully that will benefit him in time to come. White, once again, he's got that stumble card, so he adds a clank to the spot. He's got 2 boots, so he'll go 1, 2, up to there. And he's got 3 skill to purchase cards with. And he will also grab a Boldly Go red shirt guy. Orange's turn, once again, stumble. Those stumble cards get annoying after a while. Add a clank to the area. Now he's got 3 boots. Yeah, he'll go in the same kind of locations as White. 1, 2, 3, notice the 2 boots, so he's heading along that one twice. And that will enable him to grab this token. That token allows him to use the benefits on the top corner of all of the cards in his hand. So the faction benefits of all of the cards in his hand. So he'll hang on to that for the moment. He also has, for 6 purchase power. What I might do is grab this one, which is worth 4. It's going to add Clank, but he'll be able to move faster. But if he can pick up a crystal, it actually takes those 2 Clank back out. So it kind of depletes itself and then you just get this benefit. So he really needs to work hard to get a crystal, but looking where he is pretty close to being able to get one. Okay, we flip over the new card. White only has 2 left, so deal himself 3 more. First up, he has this card, which will enable him to remove 2 Clank, or up to 2 Clank, so he'll take that one back off. And it's also got the 2 swords on it, so he'll use those 2 swords to take this guy up because there's nothing else to fight at the moment, so that'll get him 1 money. Then he'll use this card to do exactly the same thing again. Fight that, get another money. And then he's got 3 skill to purchase with. And once again, he's just going to grab it, boldly go. Orange also only has 2 cards left, so he will shuffle up a new deck, take another 3. Okay, looking at this hand, I'm not 100% sure because it's not 100% clear in the rules how this should work. My instinct on it is, and please comment below if I get this wrong, but this is how I think this should play out. I use a card, so I use that foot to move 1. I then have to use this card to move the 2. So I add 2 Clank going in, use this card to go down here, which will gain me my crystal. I think because I've already used this card, I probably don't get to use the benefit of that crystal at the moment. If I'm wrong, that's cool. I'm happy to be wrong, but I think that's playing the harshest way. Anyway, moving forward, I then have another boot here, which will move me here, and I have to stop there even if I had more boots, which I don't. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 skill to be able to purchase some cards. I think it's probably worth grabbing the Baron, who's worth 5. He's going to be worth an extra 5 points to me if I get to an escape pod, on top of the 20 points that the escape pod gives me. And he's got all this stuff carrying with him. So I think I'll grab that one for 5. And I've still got 2 more left to spend, so I might grab a phaser, which will help me or enable me to fight a little bit more. Okay, new card comes out, and it has the boss on it. So all of the tokens in the Clank area go into the bag, and we draw 3 out. Those 3 happen to be all black, so no one takes any damage from that one. White's 5 cards. He has 2 stubbles, so 2 Clank are going to go into the Clank area. He doesn't have any more from that faction, so he can't use that skill. So he's got 1 boot and 4 skill. So with his 1 boot, he might come in and grab that token, which gives him 2 money. 2 money. He will also go and hack into the computer. That'll give him 1 more money, because that's the bonus he just covered up. And he's got to stop there anyway. And then he's got 4 skill to purchase some stuff. This one's going to add 2 Clank straight away, but he's going to be able to draw a new card whenever this comes through, and it gives him 4 points at the end of the game. So he might do that because he's got that card that allows him to remove Clank. So he'll put 2 more Clank into the Clank area. A new card gets flipped over. Ah, that's a shame. So boss monster means that all 4 of those Clank that White just put out are now going into the bag. 3 come out, so Orange takes 2 hits and White takes 1 hit. Orange takes 2. White takes 1. It's now Orange's turn. Stumble, so Orange will add 1 Clank to the Clank spot. That doesn't action because there's none of that faction in the hand, but he's got 1 boot. He'll go there. And with these, he's going to use 2 skill to purchase that, which leaves him with 3, and he'll use those 3 to purchase that. A new card comes out. First up on his arrival, 3 of those black cubes go back in the bag, and while he's here, we're going to draw 1 more cube from the bag whenever we have to draw from the bag. Look, I think that's gone long enough. I think you get the idea of how this game is going to play and what we need to do in order to make things happen. I hope this helps you get Clank In Space to the table. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you wish to be Gamesplayed, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to see what games I've been playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.